I was less than 10 minutes into my night shift when I realized the McDonald's was trying to decide whether or not I deserved to live. I didn't think that sentence consciously at first. It arrived as a feeling, tight and cold, curling behind my ribs as I stared at the piece of paper on the counter. The fryer hissed beside me. Snow scraped against the windows like fingernails, and the paper, sitting perfectly aligned with the register, was warm. I took the night shift because winter made my house unbearable. My dad had left a month earlier, and the silence felt heavier than any argument ever had. Working nights gave me an excuse not to sleep, not to think. McDonald's was supposed to be simple. Timers, buttons, routines, machines that did what they were told. That illusion ended the night I found the rules. The paper was already waiting on the counter when I arrived, neatly placed beside the register. The lobby was closed, but the lights were on, reflecting off empty tables and spotless floors. Outside, snow blew across the parking lot in thin, rattling sheets. The road beyond was empty, headlights passing only occasionally, stretching long shadows through the windows. I picked up the paper. It was warm. Not printer warm, hand warm. At the top, written in thick black marker, night shift rules, read completely below it. The rules were listed clearly, each followed by a consequence. Rule 1. Keep the lobby lights on at all times. If the lights go out, something else will use the dark. Rule 2. After 2:17 a.m., do not look directly at the drive-through camera. If eye contact is made, it will remember you. Rule 3. Do not respond to knocking at the back door, even if you recognize the voice. If acknowledged, it will believe it has been invited. Rule 4. Keep at least one fryer running at all times. If the kitchen grows cold, they can move freely. Rule 5. Do not enter the dining area bathrooms after midnight. If the mirrors are disturbed, you may not see yourself correctly. Rule 6. If the radio turns on by itself, let it play. If silenced, it will speak without the radio. Rule 7. Between 3 a.m. and 3:11 a.m., do not leave the front counter. If this rule is broken, the store will correct the imbalance. At the bottom, pressed hard into the paper, the rules are older than you. I told myself it was a prank. Still, I folded the paper and put it in my pocket. I clocked in. The beep echoed too loudly in the empty store. The night moved slowly. Snow thickened outside, piling against the curb. The fryers hissed, steady and comforting. The building felt different without customers, like it was holding its breath. At 2:17 a.m., the drive-through camera flickered. Static rippled across the screen. My eyes started to lift. Then I remembered Rule 2 and looked away fast enough to make my neck ache. The screen stabilized a moment later. At 2:44, someone knocked on the back door. 3 slow knocks, calm, patient. I stayed at the counter. The knocking returned, followed by a muffled voice that sounded uncomfortably familiar. I didn't answer. Eventually, it stopped. By 3 a.m., my legs were stiff and my chest felt tight. 11 minutes. Don't leave the counter. At 3:06, the radio clicked on by itself. Static poured out, then a low, dragging melody I didn't recognize. The sound made my skin crawl, but I let it play. Then the fryer alarm screamed. Oil temperature critical. I looked at the clock. 3:10. If I didn't fix it, it could overflow. Fire. Damage. I told myself the rules weren't real. I stepped away from the counter. The air thickened instantly. The lights dimmed, not off, just wrong. The radio slowed, each note stretching unnaturally. Behind me, I felt movement, close enough that my shoulders tensed, close enough that breathing hurt. I didn't turn around. My heart pounded so hard I thought I might pass out. The space behind me felt occupied, crowded, like the store was no longer empty. Then the fryer alarm stopped. The radio went silent. The lights returned to normal. I stood there shaking as the clock clicked forward. 3:11 a.m. I finished the shift without breaking another rule. I didn't sleep the next day. Or the next. I quit soon after. Now, when I pass that McDonald's on winter nights, the lobby lights are always on. And I don't look in my mirrors for too long, because sometimes it feels like the store is still watching, waiting for someone else to step away from the counter at the wrong time. Dare to hear more? Hit subscribe if you want to keep the lights on.